Well, good morning, Magellan Network and Mastermind members. Welcome to Monday, welcome to the 6th, and welcome to our 2020 game. This will be a little bit longer video because we got a lot to cover. I want to make sure we get everybody off to a great start in this new year and new decade for success. So first off, first order of business, get and declare your Magellan Morning 8. Your morning ritual, we cannot screw around with this. It has to be spot on, mastered, consistent. This will determine or have a large part of determining whether or not you accomplish what you set out to accomplish in your goals and business plan. That's item number one. Item number two, it is Mindset Monday, which we're going to get to. Item number two, let's go ahead and make sure that you've locked down not only your business plan, but you have one of these, which is this is my quarterly game plan for Q1 of 2020. It is done. It is complete. I am locked down and ready to go. You also need to be locked down and ready to go. So those are the two things that have to happen, right? So business plan, quarterly game plan, and then obviously our Magellan 8, our morning ritual, lock them all down, right? And if you're not locked down as of today, get it locked down ASAP. I would rather you delay the start of your game and get this done than I'll get it done in the next couple of weeks. Game is already started. It will put you at a disadvantage. Okay, so we want to make sure we do that. The second thing is remember that on the 31st, we have a training in Orlando, Business Mastery. I'm working on a syllabus now. I'm really excited about what I'm coming up with. So if you want to really kick yourself in the butt, or let me do it, depending how you want to look at it, get your butt to Orlando for the 31st. Next, we'll be launching M4, our new mastermind, February 1st. Seats are almost gone based upon my interview. So we are definitely doing this. And if you want in on it, get your app in or reach out and talk to myself or Michael. All right, that's important. Now, Mindset Monday. I got a note, and I'm going to try to read it without, everything we do is personal, so I'm not going to get into so much then. So one of our international members, wrote me over the holiday and said, I've uncovered something interesting in my strategic plan. Two of my main goals, having great family holidays while the kids are young enough, and also growing my business has caused me stress because I feel like I've got conflicting goals. And so in Mindset Monday today, I want to talk about goals and outcomes and conflicts because it's very easy to get yourself caught up in it. And what you've got to be careful about is creating a narrative that says, I've got to sacrifice this to get that. One of the things that I've really repped in my own mind the past 12 months has been have it all, have it all. How do I have it all? And I believe that when you ask yourself better questions, you get better answers. You get, you put yourself and you put your mind in a resourceful state. And when you're in a resourceful state, you'll get better conversations with yourself. You'll get better outcomes. You'll get ideas. So is it possible to grow your business at 20, 30% a year and still take 12 to 16 weeks of downtime a year? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Here's why. I know probably 20 or 40 of you that are doing that every year inside of our game. My M3 group, my personal group, that's our game. 20% top line minimum, right? Otherwise, why be there? And having enough downtime, enough balance, enough integration. So it's totally doable. But here's what you need to do. You need to map it out. So one of the tools that we use to map this out is our strategic calendar. And what you need to do is do it as a hypothetical. So I think a lot of you get locked into, well, I'm writing it down, therefore it is. No, look, this is the third version of this thing in 48 hours. I said, okay, put it out there. I put my strategic, I'm going to share with you, all of you who come to Orlando, I will share with you my strategic calendar, how I build it, the questions I ask myself. That's going to be part of the syllabus. It's critical. And when you start saying to yourself, okay, because when you can say, hey, these are the days I'm going to be locked in on my business, focused. And then these are the days I'm going to be away from my business. R&R, downtime, whatever you want to call it, right? When you can clearly articulate to yourself, here's how I'm going to do things, you can in essence have your cake and eat it too. It really boils down to, first off, never saying this can't happen. I think a lot of you look at what you write down and you go, man, I don't know if I can do this. Never a good question. Never a good statement. The question is, how do I do this? Or how do I pull this off? Or what has to happen for me to pull it off? Right? Ask better questions, get better answer. So I think a lot of you sabotage yourselves because you get caught up in you have a bad language, bad conversation, bad questioning, right? And remember, what do I want? What I want. So in this case, right? What do I want? I want to grow my business and I want to have time with my family. That's what I want. Why do you want it? And there's some details which I'm not going to get into here. Why do you want it? And he clearly articulates why he wants it. Okay, easy enough. How are you going to get it done? This is where we get into what's the output need to look like, what's the typical daily game plan need to look like, how many tactical days do I need in 2020 to pull this off, where are my strategic days to pull this off, where are my renewal times? Remember, in the business, on the business, out of the business. In, on, out, in, on, out. Three modalities, right? In, on, out. What's the recipe for you this year? We've not talked a lot about it, but I'm going to encourage all of you to create a strategic calendar for 2020, and I will teach you that on the 31st. And if you cannot make it live, we will record it, and I will push it out to everybody soon thereafter the event. Okay? But I look at my clients that just do extraordinary things. And the one thing that I can say throughout all of them is the conversation that I have with these advisors, these people, are very different than what I call the typical advisor. We talk about how do we get something done, not can it be done. Well, Joe, what do you think? So it's not up to me to what I think. What do you think? Right? What happens if you could pull it off? One of my clients, years ago when he wanted to create this model, right, which he's now teaching in the industry, he said, you think, X and Y. I said, well, what happens if it does happen? What happens if you could really pull this off? Why couldn't you pull this off? See, it's all about belief. If you believe you can't do something, it's not going to happen. Some of you look at your goals, right? You look at your goals for the year and you're psyching yourself out already. It's January 6th and you're like, you're doing this. It's unnecessary. I am telling each and every one of you, whatever you wrote down, if it's clear, you have enough why, how you're going to pull it off, who do you need to become, and who do you need to associate with, these 5 things. If you can say, here are my goals and here are the answers to these 5 questions, as long as you maintain your morning 8, you hit the ground every tactical day with focus. We all understand there'll be adversity in our game. So as we talk about the season here of 2020 and the game inside of the season of 2020, hey, there'll be days it's going to suck. There could be windows of times where things look not so good. And this is not negative thinking, by the way. I anticipate winter. I anticipate storms. I anticipate adversity. And that is not manifesting it on myself like, oh my God, you think negatively the shit's going to show up. No. I prepare myself mentally so when I got to go through the fire, I'm ready to go through the fire. It's about mental preparation, the moment, right? When a decision will have to be made, do I double down, triple down? Do I forge through, or do I bend like most other people do and say, look at all this shit that's going on, and now I've got an excuse not to be excellent? I don't believe that for a second anymore. I am committed to my goals, my outcomes, my OKRs, KPIs, call them what you want. I know what I'm going to do. I know why I'm going to do it. I know how I'm going to get it done. I know who I need to become, and I know who I need to associate with. I've got my 5 answers. Do you? So before we say goodbye this morning, the first official morning video of 2020, I am committed to helping all of you have your best year ever this year. But I need you to partner with me inside of this game and play. and not be inconsistent. Well, I slept in late, so I didn't get my 8 done. Bullshit. Get it done. Well, associate with better people. Come join us in our groups. Get uncomfortable and get outside of what you're doing. Some of you, for example, I'm not going to name, but you all know who you are. You don't travel. You don't go to conferences. You don't come see me. You don't involve in any of our one-day training or masterminds or planning sessions, stuff like that. And you wonder why you're not accelerating. Because you're not willing to pay the price. You're not willing to get your ass on the airplane and travel. And if you don't come see me, go somewhere. I don't care. But if you think you're going to stay in your little world, your little box, and do great things, not going to happen. Everyone who gets out and plays and meets different people in different environments, different associations, that's where the juice is. It's not sitting in your office or your home or wherever and playing in just a little box, this little game here. I mean, that's small ball. And if you're okay with that, then I'm cool with that. But then don't come complaining, hey, I only grew by 5% last year, or I grew by 7 or 8% last year, not 20%. Well, you didn't take the necessary steps. Period. Today is your wake-up call for excellence. Today is the day to claim your destiny. Let's all go be great this year. 1, 2, 3, off we go. See you tomorrow.